Good morning and Happy New Year. I'm going to do a little traditional twist on the Miller family tradition for the New Year meal. Most of the traditions you see nowadays are what I think the collard greens and black-eyed peas. We're not going to do that. We're going to do a little traditional Scottish Irish twist on cabbage and ham. It's only a 5-ingredient meal. It takes about maybe 45 to 50 minutes to prep it all. I'm going to use 1 head of regular white cabbage. If you want to come in just a little bit, and I'll show you. I'm just going to be about 1.5 inches or so. Cut it up. A white onion, 1 large white onion, cut up nice and thick. All this is going to break down really nice and easy, so you want to kind of have it sort of thick. 3 large potatoes. I like russet potatoes because they get really soft and they soak up all those really amazing flavors with the smoked ham and the chicken broth and all the other vegetables in there. So, you know, it only got about maybe a quarter inch thick or so, but again, 3 large russet potatoes. Today we're using a Smithfield Smokehouse Reserve smoked ham. Let's get in there so you can see that just a little bit. All right, it's a smoked ham. We're using 4 pounds today, so I'm hoping I can fit everything into my 6-quart pot here. If not, we'll work that as we come to it. But you don't have to use 4 pounds. It was just a 4-pound ham, so we're just going to go ahead and throw that all in there. I'm also going to have 4 cups of this Weiler's chicken broth. You can use beef broth, ham broth, whatever you want to put in there. It's very versatile, and I use 2 tablespoons. It calls for a teaspoon is a serving size on this, but it's just Weiler's chicken powder, and I mix it in with 4 cups of hot water. It only adds about maybe 30 calories to the meal, so 2 cups of the meal is only about 160, 170 calories, so it's very low in calories, a little bit higher in the carbs, but not very much, especially with all the flavors in there and the ham. Some of you, I've made this for people who don't like ham, who don't eat pork, then you're just not American. Kidding. But you can use, I've used turkey sausage in there before. You can even use chicken if you wanted to, but you know, traditional is just a ham and cabbage. So let's go ahead and put it in here real quick and see if we can fit it all in. Again, not sure if we can do it. You can cook this from up to a couple hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours, or you can let it simmer all day for about 4 to 5 hours. Really, all you're going to do is just cook it long enough for the potatoes to get really nice and soft and delicious, and the onions and the cabbage to get nice and soft, and everything just meld in there really well. So let's go ahead and put it in there, see if we can fit it into the pot real quick. So again, 4 pounds of ham. I'm going to put the ham in first. Let's go with half of it in there first. Now, I soaked the potatoes. I cut the potatoes up as I was prepping everything, and I soaked them in some salt water for number 1 to keep them from browning, but number 2 just to soak up some salty flavor in there, because the Weiler's chicken stock is a low sodium. So I just added a little bit of salt in there to give it a little bit more flavor. So we're gonna add the water that we've been soaking the potatoes in already. Add that all of that in there. So 3 russet potatoes, a whole head of cabbage. Oh yeah, this is it's gonna be harsh. And then I like to push it down in there just a little bit. The 1 large white onion right there on top, and then the last 2 pounds of ham. Oh yeah, it'll fit in there. Once it starts cooking, it all kind of breaks down a little bit, starts coming together. Yeah, that fits, right? All comes together, and this meal will last a family 4 or 5 days at least. And you can, oh, here's that nice chicken stock. Just pour it all the way around it. Let everything get on top of it there. So we got 4 cups of chicken stock. We have another 2.5 to 3 cups of the salted water. And again, you're only gonna let this cook for maybe about 2 hours till the potatoes and everything get nice and soft. Or you can let it cook all day. So it just depends on how long or when you want to cook it. So that's it. Again, about 160, 170 calories per 2 cups. And it's a really good traditional meal. And that's it. It only takes a couple hours to, or maybe an hour or so to cook, to prep, and a couple more hours to cook it. So again, Happy New Year from the Miller family, and get out there and get some.